So in the beginning of this film, we're introduced to Marty, and then we're quickly introduced to his family. What do you think about Marty, and then also what do you think about his family? Do you like them?
I do like this family, this whole family. It's a family dynamic that seems approachable as far as like this could be your family, but it also kind of feels really 80s, right?
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of materialism going on here. Marty's extremely concerned with like having a new car, and it's maybe the only downfall of the film. But like the big hurrah for him is that he ends up with a new car at the end of the film, and it's like that's not what this movie was about at all.
I know.
But I think that the dynamic of the family is so cool because like every kid looks at their own family like, God, if I just had a different family, you know, like if I just had somebody else's family, it'd be so much cooler. That leads to the dynamic later in the movie of like him learning like, oh, I guess my parents were kind of cool. Like, I guess that they just needed, you know, this push or whatever.
I have a little different take on it. So at the beginning, it totally does feel like a typical like 80s family. It totally has that vibe. But I think at the beginning, I kind of don't like them. I like Marty, but I don't like the rest of them.
Okay.
And I almost feel like that's kind of what Zemeckis was going for, because to me, at the beginning of the movie, Marty is really the only character that has any depth to him. Everybody else is sort of a caricature. You know what I mean? And then over the course of the movie, as they're exposed to Marty more, people grow and people change and they develop. And so I like his family more and more as it goes through. You know what I mean?
But don't you see it from his, like, you're really seeing his family from his eyes early on.
Right.
You look at them and you go like, I don't want to hang out with you people.
Yeah.
You know, like you're just not that cool. There's a guy down the street with a sweet amp.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
I kind of am right in between you guys. I'm kind of right in between you guys because I think that this is part of if you screw this part of the film up, I feel like you have to feel the way that you feel and the way that you feel. Because I was thinking the same thing, like in terms of we're viewing them through Marty's eyes, right? We're seeing them as a teenager sees parents,
Right.
But at the same time, we can't like them too much or have too much sympathy for them because then we won't want them to change. And then we're like, what's the deal? Like, why is this family going through any change? So when you see the family, I think part of it for me is I see the family and I go, they're pretty dysfunctional. They've got some clear issues going on when it comes to Biff. Like that's clear right off the bat,
yeah,
right?
totally.
And then there's something about them that's like, I like them, and they seem like parents that I would see in an 80s film. But there's this underlying thing where I think they do care about Marty. They do care about their other Marty siblings. They do care about one another. But there's something preventing them from thriving, and so that and I think that and Marty's the one that's kind of trying to figure out how do I thrive, and like you say, he's going off to Doc's house, he's hanging out with Doc,
but he's also got this reputation at school, like, you know, you're a McFly, you don't amount to anything, because that's just been the family legacy, and I think that he doesn't even understand why he's being prevented from succeeding so much.
Exactly. If you view the film as we're kind of viewing it through Marty's eyes, he is super cool. I mean, if you watch this film and you're an 80s kid and you don't want to be Marty, I'm like,
oh yeah,
what's wrong with you?
Right, yeah.
He's the best.
He played guitar. He got the girl.
Yeah.
Michael J. Fox was just the coolest for a long time.
Yep, absolutely.
In every movie.
Even when he does things that are maybe like delinquent or like if he seems like he's maybe a little bit mean to somebody else or judgmental, he also does something else later that shows that like he also thinks that was wrong. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like he has a very balanced perspective on the world.
Right. He's not the bully at school.
Exactly.
And he's not, you know, the best student at school. He's somewhere in the middle,
Exactly.
He's the every kid.
Yeah. If you watch the film again and you watch that family, I think you can pick up on exactly what we've talked about, which is they're a family we recognize, but there's just something there. You're like, I like them. They're really dysfunctional. I want the best for them, and I don't know that they're experiencing the best right now.